Today we're going to do an unboxing and first impressions of this Ridgid cordless trim router. So first let me tell a story to set the stage. Back in June I did a video about sort of the 4-year report on these Canadian Tire tools, and long story short, my one criticism is that the Canadian Tire system is lacking some breadth. It doesn't have like a cordless sander and a trim router, and I really would like a trim router for safety reasons and convenience and all of that. And they just don't have one. And so, I've been looking around, and it's a big commitment to, like dump all your tools and buy a new system. And there's nothing wrong with them. And as a hobbyist, I'm careful with my money. So anyways, I've been keeping my eyes open. I looked at DeWalt and Milwaukee and Makita and Ridgid and all of them. And on most of them, you can buy a bare tool, but you can't really get a router and a battery as a starter kit. I'm not seeing that anywhere. You get a trim router, and it's going to be in like a $700 package where you're getting the saw, the drill, the driver. It's got like 6 or 7 or 8 tools in it. I at least here in Canada, at least, maybe it's different where you are, but when I'm looking for what was available, I was not seeing that. And this story's getting too long. Let me just sort of cut ahead. About a week or so ago, I get this ad alert from Home Depot, and they're running this, I think it's called Charged Up. They're running this Charged Up sale, and they're like, you buy one of these bare tools, and it's their 2 lines, the Ryobi line and the Ridgid line, and they will give you a starter kit. So a battery, it's a 2 amp hour battery, and a charger for free. And this here in Canada, this is 150 bucks. So that's not inconsequential. And I looked at it, I checked out the Ryobi ones, I looked at the Ridgid ones, and so yeah, I bought myself the bare tool, and the battery kit came with it. And so yeah, I'm not really jumping to a different system. I'm still keeping my other tools. I have not had to do the huge outlay to buy a big kit. And kudos to Home Depot for letting us more or less make our own starter kit, because for instance, you could do the same with a jigsaw. You could do the same with their job site radio, and yeah, reciprocating saw. Anyways, the sale's probably over by the time you guys are watching this video, so it doesn't really matter. But that was an awesome way to sort of jump on board. And since I got a new tool, let's do an unboxing and let's take a look at it. And that long introduction should make it obvious that this is not a sponsored video. Paid my own money for these tools. So here we go. So I'm going to start with the battery, and true confession time. This is a complete setup because I've opened both of these boxes already, because I wanted to find the serial numbers so that I could apply for the lifetime warranties. So yeah, this is all kind of faked. But I want to get this plugged in, and just in case it needs a charge. So yeah, charger, 2 amp hour battery. For a router, you might want a 4 amp hour battery normally. As a home hobbyist, I bet this is probably going to be just fine. So yeah, set of instructions, charger, battery, that's what's in the box. Let's plug it in. This has some keyhole slots on the back, so you could hang this on the wall. I might end up doing something like that. I now have 4 chargers to keep track of. What do we got here? Okay, I did a quick scan of the manual. Smart thing to do. And I now have a battery plugged in, and it has a power LED. It's got the flashing LED. The lights on the battery itself are flashing. And it also has an evaluate light, a temperature, and an error indication. And the batteries are intentionally shipped slightly low power, so I'm going to need to put this aside and let it charge before I actually test out the tool. And by the way, they claim that's going to take 25 minutes to charge the battery. So moving on to the router itself. This is the Ridgid Octane Brushless 18 volt. This is the Gen 5X, I believe. They have a lifetime service agreement, we all know that, with the Ridgid. Here's the actual model, R860443B. So that's what we're talking about. I saw another review where somebody claimed it did not come with a dust shroud, but this one has a picture of the dust shroud. So let's see what we got. One of these carrying cases, which, you know, everybody does it. I don't really see much use in it because if I'm on a job site, I'm probably going to want something a little bit more rigid, and if I'm in a shop like I am, I'm going to put it on a shelf or in a drawer or something. So, owner's manual, give that a buzz in a little bit. Here's the tool. And what do we got here? We got edge guide. We got a round base plate. There's a square base plate that's installed on the tool. And one of these things that is not meant to come apart. There we go. And yeah, there we go. There is the dust hose hookup. Oh, look at that. They even have a little round over bit, and there's some adjustment knobs there, and here looks like we have a wrench. We have a wrench, and these are the rods here for the edge guide. Oh yes. I don't even need to read the instructions, I see. Here, we'll just do this right away. These edge guides, there's a threaded receptacle in the base of the router. Spin in the one, spin in the other one. And these little adjustment knobs. Clamp it in position and it is ready to do edge treatment. But enough of that. Let's get these out of here. So continuing on, I reviewed the manual, checked a few things out. The dust port goes here, so this shield comes off. The dust hose would snap in place. You need to remove the base plate to do that, and then this piece would snap out. One thing I noticed, both these base plates, they will have they have an arrow on it. Shows the direction of rotation. That's just a little reminder that that's the way the bit is turning. Yeah, here's the lock. For locking the depth, you can adjust the screw here if you need it tighter or looser. So you pop the lock, and then here's this little lever which disengages from this threaded part, and then you can slide it up and down for like rough depth control, and then you let go of the lever, it snaps back onto the thread, and then up here at the top, this is the fine depth control knob, and it is interesting that it is marked with like 1/64 of an inch, 32nd of an inch. I'll have to figure out how much that is, like how many spins it is, but over on here they also have a bit of depth marked. I saw this on another, let me just take this completely off for a moment, if I can. There we go. Saw this on another video. They were talking about how it's a plastic housing, and I'm like, well, I guess it's plastic, but I don't know, could be nylon. It feels very hard and slick. I guess time will tell if it's as rugged as metal or not. Here on the base, while we have it out, here's the shaft lock for when you want to take off the bit. The lock fits into a hole on the shaft of the router, so you have to spin it around to the one spot, whereas I understand other routers, they will be able to lock the shaft in multiple locations. Here there's only one location. Does that matter? I don't know. So yes, battery is charged. I can just pull that out, and let's put this back together. And let's put the bit in. So, shaft lock. I was playing with the nut, the collet on it. Let's tighten that down. Yeah, that works okay. I might look up what size this is if I want to use a real wrench instead of this. Let's lock that down. Battery. slots into place. Here's a, this is my first Ridgid tool, so yeah, there's a push the button and it has 4 LEDs that light up telling me that it's fully charged, and 2 pinches, one on either side for releasing. I've heard people complain about they don't complain about the power switch. It's like, yeah, it's kind of a switch that you pull out. I understand that's safer. It will just be something to get used to. So, with a 2 amp hour battery, it's got some heft to it. Again, I'd say it weighs just about very similar to the Bosch Colt with the battery on it. It was lighter earlier without the battery, but yeah. So you heard me running it. Here's the speed control. Let's. There's all the way down on, I should face it that way, all the way down on speed 1 and high speed. I have no idea what the RPMs are. We'll see. Okay. That is that. Let's get out a piece of wood. Okay, I have a piece of cherry clamped in. I'm going to go from here along. I got the supplied cord around and put my ear protection on. Okay, a couple of minutes later, now I've got the Colt set up with that same bit. Get my ear protection. Let's go. So I was getting a little chatter, and using my head, I'm like, you know, the round over bit that they supplied is probably as cheap as you can get. So I went into my cabinet, and I have a little CMT set that I picked up at Menards a number of years ago when I hopped the border, and I put that one in, and it ran a lot smoother. So I'm going to do this again. Again, both routers with a different bit. So let's take a look at that. Okay, take 2 on the router test. Here's my Ridgid, and I've put in the CMT round over bit, my ear protection. And then take 2 with the Bosch. I moved the bit over into here, got it adjusted. Let's get the cherry flipped over. And ear protection. Okay, that was fun. Totally subjective. This is louder. This is quieter. Motor is revving faster here. I should check the manual, because to my ears, this is definitely slower RPM than this. This is going to cut faster. Clearly has a bit more power. Probably not enough to make a difference. I mean, I still like the idea of a cordless. One interesting little bit I realized as I was fiddling between the Bosch and the Ridgid is they have the same size. They have the same size collet, so you can, if you have an old Bosch like I do, you can use the same wrench. It's the same size. And then the other thing I noticed is that the Bosch, and let me bring the camera in closer. When you compare the Bosch that so many people are familiar with, the Bosch is wide open here. It's totally covered on one side, the other side is wide open. That makes it really easy. Makes it really easy for getting the wrench in there. The Ridgid has a side here and a side here, and then this is the opening, which is covered by this dust shroud, and then this is the opening, and you have to fit your wrench in here, so it's a little more fiddly for changing the bit. The lock mechanism is pretty much identical to the Bosch. You know, there's one position here where it locks. Here there's one position where it locks, and I'm getting into review territory again. So yeah, I don't think much of the router bit that was included, but I wasn't expecting a router bit. The performance was fine. It fits my hand nicely. You know, the power switch, we'll get used to that, I guess. It's got all the controls. It's got an LED light on the bottom. I would like a sub base that's a bit longer on one side, so you can sort of hold it nicely when you're going along the edge, where you can hold it in here. But I don't think anybody has that. But that's one of my things that I should build someday when I get myself some 1/4-inch polycarbonate or something. So yeah, I think I've run out of things to say, so I think that's a good time to shut off the camera. That concludes my unboxing first impressions of this. Again, it's not a review. I've only had it for a week or so. Haven't done a project. Those test cuts that you saw were, that's what I've done with it so far. Just wanted to try it out, and I thought I'd share that with you. So I hope you found this interesting or enjoyable. If you feel I've earned it, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.